What's up, folks? Welcome to another episode of Watching Paint Dry here on Another Letdown Media. My name is Zach from Another Letdown and the This Is Difficult video game podcast. I will be your host this evening. My normal co-host is off tonight. He's got some family stuff he needs to take care of. That's Broody Gambit. He'll be back very soon, probably next week. But in the meantime, this is the show where I hang out long after I probably should have gone to bed on a Saturday night and work through the ridiculous backlog of miniatures that I've accumulated over the years that need painting. I, for one, refuse to put miniatures on the table that are not painted in some way, and this is just a good opportunity to do so. As with all the shows that we host on the Another Letdown Media channel, we believe in civil rights for absolutely everyone and in being as inclusive as possible, so any comments or activity actively working against that goal are not welcome and will not be tolerated. And I need to turn up the music because it's real quiet. I was wondering about that. Let's start there. Whoa, that's too much. Yeah, that should be a little bit better. All right. Oh. Okay. Hi, Kirk. Since you're here, I have something very cool relevant to your interests that I think I'm not even going to cut over to the painting thing because I don't think I can get it under the document camera. Are you ready for this awesomeness? Are you ready for this awesomeness? Whoa! Check out this ridiculous Mega Man Battle Network statue. I know the green screen is kind of wreaking havoc with it right now, but it is Mega Man versus Bass in this awesome statue format that I absolutely adore. And yes, and Gospel. It's so cool. I love it so much. Literally just, setting my boss's money on fire to get that. So that was my big share. Anyway, let's get to painting, shall we? Watching Paint Dry Solo. Here we go. Tonight I am continuing working on these Joker thugs with hammers, and then I will finish up with these frightened inmates, which I'm not entirely sure how I want to paint yet, but we'll get there when we get there. We'll burn that bridge when we cross it, as Christopher says. I'm trying to coerce Adam into joining us at some point tonight. I'm hoping he does, but we'll see what happens. And I do have my kombucha. I'm just trying to open it. I'm a little behind today. I was watching Shanghai Noon just before we started here. It's a great movie. Well, okay, it's not a great movie, but it's a good movie. It's a fun movie. It's an enjoyable movie. Okay. So, where was I on these things? I guess it's flesh. Now, what I'm doing here is I'm painting them as normal, like as I would any other human being, and then I'm going to dry brush the makeup over the top, which is going to set these guys apart a little bit from the other Joker thugs that I did. Also, high RPD. Yes, wasting other people's money, always a good time, always a good decision. Love it, love it, love it, love it. And as mentioned in the post that I tweeted out everywhere, I also got these awesome art brushes, courtesy of Adam and Ness. They gifted these to me for my birthday because they are absolutely wonderful people, and I'm going to be trying those out tonight, and we'll see what happens. So I guess the first thing I need to do is find a layer brush, or a base brush, base size brush. A lot of these are really small. What's this? No, that's not small enough. Oh, that's too small. An angle brush. Ooh, here we go. This will work. Yeah, I love it. All right, let's give these brushes a try. These brushes are a little bit different than what I'm used to. I don't even know how to get them out of the packaging. This is a good start. Oh! Hey, Adam. So you and Broody are both watching Childs tonight. That works. So, yeah, man, thank you so much for these brushes. I'm so excited to try them out. Matter of fact, we're going to kick it right off with this brush here. Assuming I can get the lid off it. Yeah. Well, that's I just wanted to make sure Adam was here to hear me sing his and Nessa's praises for getting me these awesome brushes. Actually, now I'm looking at it, this brush may, after all that, this brush may actually be too big for the job I'm trying to accomplish here. We're already here doing learning and growing. So let's try a different one. Oh, did I no. I found one earlier that I was like, oh my god, this is the brush I need. Is this it? Yeah, that'll do, I think.
Just compare it to the one I've already got.
Yeah, I think this will work. So I'm basically retiring my Citadel brushes. In favor of these, is it Daco? Yeah, Daco Fine Detail Art Brushes. They are significantly less pricey, and they have the awesome grip to them, which I'm loving. It's going to make things a little bit easier moving forward. So we're going to start with some flesh. We'll see how these things work. Ooh, already I'm getting a good brush feel out of them. This is awesome. Oh yeah. Good coverage. Unlike the Citadel brushes, I can actually feel what I'm doing, sort of. Which is quite nice. More miniature giant robots. A tank and an armored car. Nice. I ordered more Crisis Protocol minis today. Because I was putting an order together, and the only thing on it was one Arkham Horror card pack. I'm like, well, that's a disappointing order. Michael never put that through. So I ordered Hulk and Wolverine Sabretooth from the store, and then I'm also trying to decide. I got a $50 Amazon gift card from my in-laws, and I'm trying to decide which Crisis Protocol minis to order with that as well. So taking all suggestions. And I ordered a glass display case, like a curio cabinet. And that was through some good conversation with Ness, so tell her I appreciate her for that. You need Drax and Ronan and you're done with Guardians? Nice. I'm trying to decide whether I want the Guardians or not. Like, they might be just ones that I stick on my Amazon wish list, and if somebody buys them for me, then I'll order them. Because obviously, I mean, I do like the Guardians, especially the Gamora sculpt is really cool. I love that they didn't MCU-atize her. The way they did, like, literally the entire rest of the line. Yeah, so... I gotta get the X-Men, dude. Like, they're coming out so well. And you know me, I'm not the biggest X-Men fan in the world, but I think it might just be the call. Especially if I'm getting Wolverine. Like, I'm getting Sabretooth because he's an Iron Fist villain, as well as a Wolverine villain. But, you have Magneto and Toad, yeah. But yeah, I was really frustrated. I think you were too, Adam. You were mentioning it that Hulk didn't come in the base box, despite literally every other Avenger ever except like Hawkeye and I mean there was, I guess what we were complaining about is there were some egregious oversights in terms of who was in that base box. Like, I mean, we didn't want Captain Marvel. We wanted
you know, actually the core 6. But I think just moving forward, I'm just going to keep some Crisis Protocol minis in my Amazon wish list for reasons. That way people can potentially get them for me. And then if there's one that I like and I'm just like, oh, well, okay, now I'll Eric that team. The joys of having store credit, I guess. Boy, I hate this guy's face sculpt. It's really stupid. I can't tell what's hair and what's not. His hair's all over the place. And he's got like no nose. Look at how flat his face is. It's gonna be really blurry because it's out of the focus area.
Make sure to link your Amazon wishlist. No, I'm not going to be that kind of streamer, RPD. Come on. Dog's got no nose, huh? I wonder how he smells. Go! Go to bed. Go directly to bed. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200.
What the hell? It's been a long week, guys. It's been a really long week. You ever have one of those weeks where you're just like,
It's also not been the shortest. Yeah.
every one of those weeks is like you're being productive, you're getting things done, but it just feels like it never ends. Although I was really excited this week, I actually got to do artwork, like regular, classic digital artwork, like proper drawing. And I was very happy with that. It's kind of funny. Adam took Monday off of streaming, and I was like, oh, well, I'm going to seize this opportunity and draw myself then. I was drawing assets for an RPG I'm running on Tuesday. Or an asset, really. adapting very, very, very old artwork for a modern comic book setting, which was very fun. Literally just drawing right over the top of it, which I was pretty happy with. Thinking about it, me having Worldwide Wrestling now means that I can build things while Adam's here and talk about them. Yeah, that's true. I mean, you could do that anyway. You're just not going to get a response from him is all. But I know what you mean. All right, 2 down. The base flesh coat. This needs to be not in my way. I don't like that there either. This desk is too small. Dang it. I know. I know, RPD. I knew what you meant. Ah. Seem to have accumulated some fluff on the end of my brush. Someone asked me a really interesting question today. And that was, what song / band brings back a particularly vivid, like emotional response to you? And I mean, there are so many songs that do that for me. Like, it's kind of unreal. You all have heard me talk about music many, many times. It's kind of what I do. But I'm wondering, well, any emotional, just particularly strong emotional response, Kirk. Meaning, like, for me, the ones that I went to were like particular concert memories, but like that's, you know, not necessarily the strongest. 30 Seconds to Mars, as much as Jared Leto is a wackadoodle, released The Touch by Stan Bush Brings Back Great Happiness. Nice. 30 Seconds to Mars released a cover of Stronger by Kanye West that happened to come out at a particularly emotional time for me. And so yeah, that was a thing.
Mother 3 Theme of Love. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's fair.
I went with Dark Blue by Jack's Mannequin because, for a number of reasons. The only reason I know Jack's Mannequin
is because we all failed a physics final. And my friend's mom took pity on us and bought us concert tickets to the nearest show she could find, which was Panic at the Disco. And Jack's Mannequin was opening up for them. And I didn't find out until many, many, many years later, 10 to 12 years later, that was the first tour that Andrew McMahon did after his cancer treatment. That was sort of his return. And I've been following him ever since. I've always liked Jack's Mannequin, but never really knew the significance, never really understood the significance. But the other one, the Veer Union, has a song called Seasons, which is really good and reminds me very strongly of a lot of happy memories at college when we had them play in our mailroom, which is very, if you think about it, it's a very, I mean, you don't have to think about it that hard. It's a very odd place to have a concert. And, come on. And it was because we were supposed to have an outdoor concert and it got rained, well, it got mudded out. It had rained and
melted snow the day before.
So we had to move it inside at the last minute. And so the only place that could hold enough people was the mailroom, because there was hockey practice going on the rink and we couldn't get a stage set up on the rink in time. So we had a concert in the mailroom. We called it the Mosh Pit in the Mailroom Tour. It was just a one day show or one day tour, but it's a good time. We to hang out with the band a lot afterward, and lead singer and I are still friends. Which is pretty neat. Just some good happy times there. Oh, bother. Okay, this guy came out way better than the other three. And I'm super there for it. Alright, I gotta do the bit of business around his collar here.
I have no idea what color I want to do that. What the hell? Sorry, momentarily distracted trying to find reference photo. Although I don't know why I'm doing it that way. I could literally just reach around the corner and get the reference image. Although it's going to make this increasingly even more crowded. Oh, God. Looks like a light brown. Alright, I'll give it a shot. Get anything else while we're here. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, Xandri Dust. Oh god. Knocking everything over. Where is it? Where is you? Is this you? No. RPD, what did you do with my Xandri Dust? I told you not to play with that quantum portal anymore. From Denmark to New England. Am I just blind? What is this? It's old and dead. I think I'm going blind. What in the devil? No one can tell me what to do other than my own brain. Well, I'm trying anyway. Oh, is this it? No, that's Rackar's flesh. What the hell? It's religion. No. What is this madness? I thought it was down here. What's you? Catagen flesh. What's you? Warp block bronze. This is bull. This is baloney. This is absolute baloney. Welcome, everybody, to Zach Can't Find His Paints. Ah! Xandri Dust! Found it! Yes. Okay. We're back in the business. Everything's fine. We're all fine here. Situation normal. I'm going to hit this with Agric Earthshade to darken it up a little bit. As per usual, it doesn't look like it's sticking. Which usually means I haven't dried the brush off adequately. I'm keeping an eye on things as we also do homebrew stuff for Adventures Universal Game System on my other monitor, seeing as how I don't have Brody's paint stuff taking up that other monitor today. Actually keep an eye on things. RPD, come with me in this journey, will you? I really badly, now that we're like into the weeds homebrewing stuff, I really want to do... Oh, that's alright, Adam. You're allowed. Like, good lord. I was just about to say, I've got some characters that I want to do in AOGS, and I've even got minis made for them. The problem is, like, Taffy and I are the only... Well, in RPD, are the only... And Sonvar, I guess, maybe? Are the only ones who know the source material at all. In RPD, I think you know where I'm going with this. I want to do the FP Cinematic Universe
in AUGS. This is my weird DDR thing. One of these days, Adam, you will be subject to those movies. Like... It will be a thing. I just got approval from KCDC himself, Art Sue, RPD, to make his mini. He signed off on the sculpt that I did, so now I gotta get my 3D printer working and get that mini churned out. And I've got Chai Tea and BLT next. But I needed something to do with the 3D printer, like right off the bat, that I was excited about. Because weather's getting warmer, I can start moving things into outside and... or, you know, better ventilated area than my office. And start to 3D print stuff. Incidentally, Adam, if you've got 3D print stuff that needs to be done, let me know. I will do that for you as soon as I can. And one of these days I need to talk to Colin about the stuff that he printed for you and see if I can do it better. Because like newsstand and stuff would be super dope. Yeah, that's pretty much what I'm looking at too. Is like, oh, this random thing would be really rad. But like, I'm also finding that there are certain things that a resin printer is not the right solution for. So I'm using the school printer. So like, the gate stand for Arkham Horror markers that I did a couple weeks ago on the show, I got these like little frame things that I've printed for like their card holders. They're just better done on a PLA plastic printer. This music makes me want to play Zelda. It's still super duper quiet, my god. Is the music even coming through on the other end? I can't even tell. Okay, good. Oh, nice. Yeah, so that's, some of the stuff on my list is, there's the Gears characters that are not in the board game. Because I had so much fun painting those characters, and they were so fast. I would love to have, like, Anya Stroud and Dizzy and, I don't know, Kate, JD, Dell. Rest in peace, Dell. Nice big cauldron of brew to home. Yeah.
I mean, we're going to be brewing stuff in AUGS for a long time, RPD. Again with this? Good lord. I'm so bad at drawing brushes adequately. These guys having fur collars are like practice for Helmet Zemo. Watching paint dry, not watching brushes dry, yeah. Exactly. Normally you don't want to watch paint dry on the brush, you want it to dry on the miniature. Alright. Ugh.
What's with this guy's mouth? I missed a giant chunk of this guy's mouth. So we'll do that. Ow. Uh-oh.
There we go. Make sure pots close. It's important. Can't reach it.
In other news, I think I might have a concept for yet another CRPG villain, and it's yet another thing that's practically gated behind the guy's book being a thing. Yeah, I'm doing a lot of workarounds in the campaign I'm running right now to accommodate for the guy's book not being a thing yet, or not being ready yet. I'm so excited about the final fight, though. Guys is going to be incredibly insignificant in it, but also incredibly significant, and it's going to be super cool. I'm not looking at you, Adam. I know you did. Proud of you for that.
Actually, incidentally, on that, Adam, did you get any word on what you and Paul and Shamali and I were discussing for not this coming week, but the week after? You gonna be able to get some time to play some games with us? Alright, I want to paint his shoes like a bright, obnoxious green. Or do I... Nah, should I do red?
Oh, what color should I do Joker Thug's shoes?
They're going to be Converse. Like, they're sculpted to be Converse. I guess I don't really want to start with the white. That seems like a recipe for disaster. I could... Awesome. Awesome. That'll be great. We gotta find a good game to play. Something that can accommodate, all four of us. Oh, we'll find something, RPD. It may not be on stream. It may be just us chilling. But like, I can stay up that late that week. I had nothing going on other than work at the store. But like, that's I go in when I go in. Mike will probably yell at me, but I don't really care. Sound just cut out. What's going on? Yes, I'm still listening, you dingus. YouTube stinks. But I can't play Mega Man music on Apple Music. Doesn't really work that way. Why can I not find my paints tonight? I don't want Screamer Pink. I want Corn Red. Are you Corn Red? You are not Corn Red. You're Mephiston Red. Is this Corn Red? There it is. Yeah, this is the color of his shoes. Right here. Right here. Oh yeah, that's gonna look great. I'm very happy with that. I'm gonna try something. This is gonna be a bit of a risk, but watching paints disappear. You just had a sad realization. Well, we don't like sad realizations, RPD, but we're interested. What is it? What you got, man? What you got? Started waking at sunrise. What is this? Since multiplayer has been non-functioning for years, there will never be Zach and Alex playthrough of 50 Cent Blood in the Sand. I don't know that was ever on the list, RPD. Hey, Cults of Gloom. What's going on, dude? We can make it work. Oh, there it is. Thank you, Kirk. Ah. Nice, nice, nice. Yeah, that's good news, Adam. That's very good news. Yeah, I saw last night you went to bed before I did, and I was like, wait, whoa? What is this? But yeah, that's really, really good, man. But yeah, like I said, I'll be around most of the day, most days. So we'll definitely get some good gaming in that week. It'll be fantastic. Chamali and I have been referring to it as AdamCon. 10:48, huh? So, like, literally an hour from now? Like a child's bedtime. I might be leaning into the clown shoes a little bit here with the bright red shoes, but I think I like it, so.
These guys are going to have red Converse.
But yeah, being healthy is important. Like, yes, I'm still doing Batman. So these are going to be kind of special at Cult of Gloom. They are Joker thugs, but you'll notice that I did the faces just like I would any other duder, because Broody discovered a couple weeks ago that you can actually dry brush their face over, and it looks kind of like the shoddy clown makeup. And that's what I'm going for here. Unfortunately, I didn't come near enough to finishing the base coat last time, because I was just getting exhausted. So I'm still working on that. No, I did Joker thugs with guns. These are Joker thugs with hammers, which arguably is more kind of Harley Quinn's thing, but whatever, we'll let it slide. Uh-oh. Ow. You ever get an itch, you're just like, oh my god, I can feel it. And it's going to be a doozy. Where your hands are full and there's nothing you can do about it. Because that's why I can't see a blamed thing. No, they're not modular in that way. They're all just single part minis. One more instance of game makers not actually having people painting the minis in mind when they make them.
But this awesome set of brushes that Adam and Ness gave me also has this very strange this cool brush,
which has an angle for getting into tight spaces.
Oh, I could definitely kit bash it. Yeah, that's true. I could absolutely kit bash it. That's definitely a thing I could do for sure. It's kombucha time. Pomegranate again tonight.
GT's Kombucha, not a sponsor, but Dave, let's talk. Like, please.
I give you way too much money.
I dropped, another $20 on kombucha for the week today.
So nice that the local food co-op is like right around the store, or the corner from the store. So every other week when I'm at the store, I'm just like, okay, good kombucha run. And then on the off weeks, I'm like, oh, it's the flavors that you can get anywhere, and it's kind of sad. They're still really good, but my 3 favorites are the cranberry, the pomegranate, and the lemonade. And I can only get those at the co-op, which is 40 minutes of driving if I want to go out of my way to get it.
A little curious about you and the gang's team building exercise. Just how far down the list of possibilities is my brand of probably cursed nonsense? I have no doubt that you're going to ask me, but I just want to know how many safeguard... What? I'm confused, RPD. Sorry, I'm missing beats. It's late. Like, if you can't figure out what to play, just how many layers of desperation are there before? So we... So you want me to get inside baseball is what you're saying. And I'm happy to do so. I mentioned on Trapped in Arkham, I should mention it on the other shows too. Chamali is my technical producer. I bounce ideas off of him all the time, and Paul as well. Like, we have pretty... We have discussions about what's streamable and what we're going to stream and what we're all doing together and what we're doing separately and who's doing what, where, and when. And that's all like podcast stuff. And then Alex and I also bounce ideas off Chamali. That's why Chamali occasionally appears on Gear Up, just because he's a good sounding board. So all that stuff, all my games for this year are pretty well planned out. But what ultimately ends up happening is I keep the games, the goofball stuff that you give me, RPD, as like, hey, I don't feel like playing the game I'm playing tonight. I'm going to do something dumb and different. And dumb is not the right word, but you know what I mean. No, it's... I love your... Dude, I loved Metronomicon. Like, that was a huge surprise to me that I never would have even heard of if you hadn't just given it to me. And, yeah, I really enjoyed that. And I still play it. Like, that is my go-to game. Well, okay, until 30XX came out, that was my go-to, I'm on a Zoom call that I don't care about game. So all during, like, remote learning and stuff last year when we were having our staff meetings or whatever that nothing got accomplished and everybody was just whining, I was playing Metronomicon. So, and it's just because of that weird shenaniganery that you give me. Like, I so appreciate that. And a lot of it's made the list too. Like, I have a list of chat or mostly RPD suggested other games to play when I'm just not feeling the game that I'm playing. Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's all about comedy, right? And I mean, Another Letdown was at one point a comedy troupe. Like, that's what we did. That's why you get the weird stuff from Chris, the Lampy, the Joe Diamond and Lampy story. Actually, speaking of, I think the next Another Letdown sketch might actually be coming sooner than I thought. Now, that's still quite a long way out, but my students wrote this really funny thing. Ooh, that's yucky. The other day at recess,
It was like the most emo football or soccer game ever created by man. And it was extremely funny, and I really want to film it now. But I got to send the idea to Chris and have him write some stuff, and then I'll yell at him a bunch, and we'll see how that goes. Problem is, like, a lot of this... why is this fur? Like cat hair, but not my cat's. Part of why studying wrestling has been so good to me is it's been so useful in figuring out the character of RPD. Yeah, see? But no, Chris is an amazing character writer and character actor as well. So I mean, here I'm sitting here with an AFI sweatshirt on, and a Scott Pilgrim t-shirt. You know, I was definitely the emo kid in high school. I didn't necessarily look the part because my mom would have killed me if I did. But, like, that's the people I hung out with. That's the music I listened to. 8 out of Cats does your paints. 8 out of 10 Cats. Hello and welcome to 8 out of 10 Cats Does Painting. A show all about paints, messes, and cats. Let's meet tonight's players. On my left, it's John Richardson. Sorry. I got like 8 out of 10 Cats Does Countdown just a little bit too much. Ugh. Still with the wet brush crap. Every time. So annoying. It's not these brushes, it's every brush ever. There we go. Once again, Agrax Earthshade will temper the brightness here. Also going pretty light on the edges because they're in the most contact with dirt. Okay, that didn't work as well as I'd hoped it would, but that's fine. Again, I think Agrax Earthshade will do the trick. Actually, I might use red. A red shade. We'll see what happens. For a little inside baseball from myself, a lot of the character of RPD, when we're talking about SRPD, unless Fantastic Four... or Freedom 5 gets brought up. I take my darker turns is derived from Bobby Heenan's work as commentator. Oh, nice. I love doing commentary stuff. I did that in college for a bit. For hockey games. Alright, so I'm not doing the sole of the shoe in white, because that would not be correct. Chucks have one of two colors on the sole, and that is either Xandri Dust, so that's a cack, or a black. And I think I'm going to go with the Xandri Dust here. Alright, there's one guy done with his shoes. Oh god, I ruined that. Made a mistake, made a mistake. You should have left me dead. What? Oh god. If you're using the nicer brushes, it does not feel good to go back to a Citadel brush, even temporarily. I just need a quick fix here. Okay. There we go. I'm gonna keep this red handy. I feel like it might be necessary soon. Again. Oy, oy, oy. Get out of there! Nuisance brush. Oh. Working with white is such a nightmare. There we go. Wrestling was also what taught me just how much power there is in cultivating your aesthetic, which is why I'm always the one in Paul's Discord identifying that stuff. Interesting. Come on. I'm trying to make the laces look a little bit grubby, so I'm not like completely coating them with white. I think that did it. It's 2 down. Gluing together Magneto and Toad. All right. Oh, guys, since Brody's not here, I got something to show you. Hold on, let me finish this white. Oh no. Not as bad as the HeroClix one. And we're gonna find out what happens when a Toad gets struck by lightning. Well, he'll be fine if he's in a Volkswagen Golf. My student that I'm playing SCRPG with and I were watching the Top Gear clip of when Hammond got struck by lightning in a Golf. Well, Kirk, you're not wrong. All right, one more, and then I'll go show you. I'll go grab the thing that Broody isn't allowed to see yet. No, I haven't heard the story behind that line. Do tell, Adam. Now, just to be clear, that was Storm in X1, right? Been a long time since I watched those movies. I really should rewatch them. These first couple were real good. Well, I can also tell the story of how when I knew that X3 was going to be awful. This one's turning out badly. The original script has Toad asking through the whole thing, you know what happens when a Toad does X, then punchline? But Ray Park couldn't sell the joke, so they cut him and left Storm's retort. Ouch. I always have such a hard time with Ray Park being Toad and Darth Maul. I think that's the coolest casting, decisions. Some of the coolest casting decisions ever. He was amazing in both roles. I forgot about that. Yep, that's a thing that's happened. Somehow I managed to block that from my memory. Ray Park was also the character they insisted on calling Rugal in the movie they insisted on calling the King of Fighters. Was that it? The only mistake I made? Alright. Cool. Oh, I love it when Steam decides to alert me that a friend of mine is playing a dumb game. I should turn Steam's alerts off. They don't help in any way. What do I care when so-and-so is playing X? I guess it was somewhat useful when people were playing Destiny. We're not doing that anymore. That's not a thing. Alright. I wanted to show you guys a cool thing that I picked up for Broody. So give me 1 second. I will be back in just a moment. I'm going to just duck around the green screen. Turn my mic off first. Where is it? There it is. Alright, sorry, I'm having a little bit of trouble here. Just a second. Okay, so Broody's birthday is coming up, and since he and I have been at this show for the better part of a year now, almost actually we're pushing up on a full year here. I decided to, or he mentioned a little while ago that there was a couple minis that he was looking for in specific, and one of those is this promo Star Wars Luke Skywalker model in the Hoth costume, which I have. You'll notice there's a seam on the arm. I've actually magnetized it because it also comes with the lightsaber arm. So that's really cool. And as if that wasn't enough, I can also decapitate him briefly and put on his flight helmet. So I got that for Broody for his birthday coming up. Shh, don't tell him. Hopefully he won't watch this back.
So I got one for myself. That's the one that I've got here. That was my practice one, and if he wants me to magnetize it, I will. Otherwise, I'll just give it to him. But he mentioned he wanted it, and our store had a couple hidden in the back. So I was like, oh, well, I guess I'm going to get that for him. Be a good friend, you know? All right, I need to do the back tread on the sneaker, which is also going to be Xandri Dust. I don't know why I didn't do that earlier. That would have made some amount of sense. But learning and growing, as you do. I did know that, actually, RPD. I was just talking to my buddy Kyle about how much I love Jackie Chan movies. The dude has just such a talent for improvisational combat. And he can make a joke land too, like I was watching Shanghai Noon before I got here today, and God, I love that movie. There we go. Shoe. Next one. I think the physical comedy is better in Shanghai Nights, but the story is probably a little bit better in Noon. Not that that's particularly important in a movie of that nature. I think Nights they kind of double down on it. Rush Hour is amazing. For some reason, I had some reason to do my Chris Tucker, "You crazy!" impression earlier this week. Shall only. I can't do it right now. I wonder if that ever happens to professional voice actors. Like, you get into this voice and you're just like, oh, wait. For some reason, I'm having trouble making that voice today. Man, no one understands the words coming out of your mouth. G14 classified? That's probably what it was, because I refer to things as G14 classified all the time. Adam, actually, you've probably heard me refer to things as G14 classified. I know Maggie certainly has. It must be green. It's another good movie. Good Chris Tucker movie. The Fifth Element. One of my students got fed up with me being goofy the other day and asked, What are you? And I said, I am a meat popsicle. Corbin Dallas! The Gemini Croquette Contest. All right, next up. I guess it's... Oh, I guess the hammer is the next bit.
So we're going to need Mornfang for the handle, and then Mechanicus Standard for the hammerhead. Then we'll do the hair, and we'll move on to inking. These are like the mooks that have taken me the longest. It's really annoying. Speaking of, if you want an interesting fighting game experience, watch some high-level Jackie Chan in Fists of Fire matches. It's in my top 5 of fighting games to watch. Nice. Sorry. I'm having a colossal allergy attack the last 2 days, so like my eyes are constantly burning and it's all gross. They have not taken long as Thugs with Gun. Yeah, but I'm looking at a 3rd week on these. Because we're an hour and a half in. And I've still got inking and shading to do. Were Thugs with Guns the first one? No. That was the biggins, right? I don't remember. What was I doing? Oh yeah, the hammer. I'll start with Mornfang. Basically, movement in Fists of Fire is really interesting because walking is way too slow to be useful, dashing is way too fast to be precise, and while jumping is nice middle, it's horrendously unsafe. One. One last bit. Okay, as far as I can tell, it is the last time Jackie Chan donned the Project A uniform. Interesting. What does he got coming up? He must have something. He must have something he was working on. Okay. 2. Oh dear. Ah! Stay on your feet. As it were. Did it do? Almost forgot the handle here, or the bottom of the handle here. The foot of the hammer. Did I ever tell you guys about my physics teacher in high school? Dude was a character. He used to tell us all these weird stories. Like, as a teacher, I appreciate the use of a good anecdote. But his stories were just so weird. Like, they had no bearing on anything we were learning. When I was a junior and senior in high school, we compiled a book of the bogus things that he said over the course of the year, and he was his ego was so big that he adored it. He thought it was the greatest thing ever made. And one of my favorite stories he told us was about working at I don't even know what he was doing. Like, I honestly have no idea. Because at one point he said it was engineering, and another point he said it was mechanical, and another point it was electrical. Who knows? Something to do with power plants or something. And he got called on the job, and it was like his first day. He was an intern, or whatever, maybe. And there was like a shaft of some kind, a mechanical shaft, that had broken down. And the only part of the story that I really remember was his boss. He called his boss, like, "Hey boss, this thing's broke, what should I do?" And his boss says, well, go find the biggest ball-peen hammer you can get your hands on, and I want you to wind up and hit it 3 times dead center. Apparently his boss was from Maine, I don't know. And so my teacher goes and gets a ball-peen hammer, big one, smacks it 1, 2, 3, and lo and behold, the shaft starts turning again. And, oh, you out of here, Kirk? Have a good one, man. And, anyway, so the shaft starts turning, and my teacher calls his boss and says, "Boss, what do I charge? How do I bill this?" And his boss goes, "Well, why don't you charge him $1,000? $1,000 for hitting it with a ball-peen hammer? Yeah, why not?" So he writes out the bill for $1,000. And of course, the foreman on the location that he's at refuses to pay. So he calls his boss back up and says, "Boss, they're refusing to pay the $1,000, and frankly, I can't blame them." And the boss goes, No. The job is $1,000. Here's what you do. Rewrite the bill. Charge them $1 for hitting it with the ball-peen hammer. $999 for knowing where to hit. And apparently, that was enough, and the people paid up. It's a really weird story. And I have no idea where I was going with it, but there you are. Oh, right. Shake the paint. Oh, dear. The head of the hammer. Go to the head of the hammer. As opposed to the head of the class. Right. There we go. There's that.
Another one. Do I think Doom gets the machine keyword? I guess Iron Man has it. Yeah, I mean, if Iron Man's got it, then Doom probably has to. Yeah, that makes sense, right?
Yeah, I believe that's correct, because I think we gave it to the Sentinels too, right?
Yeah. Well, right, because they are very decidedly machines.
All right, there's that. One more. If a Sentinel is not considered a machine, I don't know what is. Yeah, exactly.
I would say Ultron is probably a machine too. Although different. All right, now I gotta do their bright green hair. Which begs the question, what color green do I use? Oh dear. Got Wog Flesh, I got Caliban green. I think Wog Flesh is going to work better here. Yeah, sure.
Holy crap, Doom claims his armor contains a piece of a true cross, making him immune to Dracula. What?
That sounds very Doctor Doom to me.
And I absolutely love it. Yeah, that's true. That's a good point, RPD. Doom definitely has D12 in bluff. Reading his respect. Yeah. I had a feeling that's what you were doing. He has made himself technologically immune to time displacement. Jesus. The dude is nuts. On so many levels. That's... Dr. Doom is such a crazy character. Alright, there's one. Now they're starting to look more like Joker thugs. With the purple and the green. He's even made himself immune to Magneto via force field. Jesus. So, obviously the parallels between Lex Luthor and Dr. Doom are very strong. I want to take this moment to shout out, like, oh my god, John Cryer is an amazing Lex Luthor. Dude gives me chills every single episode. And I hope they keep him on Superman and Lois, because I want more Lex Luthor post Supergirl. Lenny Luthor? Eh. 2 down.
Michael Rosenbaum is the one true Lex Luthor. Lenny Luthor was next. His nephew from Super. Oh. You'll find no disagreement from me, Adam, but I just have to say I'm shocked that Dum Dum from 2.5 Men is as good a Lex Luthor as he is, you know what I mean? Whoops. Mistakes were made.
All right.
Last one for Engreenening. This was on his hair. It is indeed your bedtime. RPD, would you kindly send Adam to bed? Good night, Adam. Thanks for hanging out, man. I appreciate it. We'll talk tomorrow, I'm sure. Alright, I need to quickly patch up that guy that I slopped stuff on. Let's get Doom working tomorrow, maybe the rest of the Fantastic Four. Yeah, that sounds good.
I am very game to do that. Sounds like a wonderful time.
Only obligation I have tomorrow, well, I have the podcast and I have Tales from the Archive, but that's not until the evening. And I got nothing to do during the day, so that'll be a perfect way to spend the day. I'm loving it.
Alright, there we go. Alright, these models are ready for ink. Finally. After just an excessive amount of color on them. I'm going to need Agrex Earthshade, Nuln Oil, Flesh Shade, Green Shade. Jury's still out whether or not I need blue or just more green. I think it's more green. It is more green. That's a really heavy thing to use as a reference image. Let's cap this guy. And this time I am going to go back to Citadel brushes because this is my ink brush. It's a bigger brush than what I used for the detail stuff. So here we go. Green shade I think is going to be what I need the most of, so we'll start there. And now I've got something in my... Oh, wait a minute. Is contrast paint going to work for this? It might. How's this green? It's blue. That is not green. You guys can't see that. So that is definitely blue. Pterodon turquoise. That's not really what I'm looking for. What's this? Camo shade. Yucky green. What do I have down here? Not really. Alright, let me check this turquoise. See if it's any good. Because it might be. This might be a valid use for contrast paints. Yep, sure is. Those are Joker pants if ever I've seen them. Oh my goodness. Pretty well documented that I'm not the biggest fan of contrast paints, but they are, when the time is right, they do work. They put in absolute work. That's awesome. I love that. I love that so much. Let's do the other three. Definitely a risk, but high reward. And a reward that I am happy to accept. The reason I thought of this is because I was reading an article in Game Trade magazine today about quick painting miniatures from the movie Alien. And I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. They explained, like, basically when it's right to use contrast paints and when you need to go for the old school for the best possible result. And I'm like, oh, okay. Learning and growing. Yep, that looks good. Oh, starting to burn out here. I don't think we're going to get to the straitjacket inmates tonight. That's all right. That's all right. My eyes are starting to twitch. That's not good. I was really hoping to find time to just finish these, you know, during the last week so we could just crank through the last miniatures in the box tonight, but it just wasn't meant to be. That's all right.
All right. Contrast paints for the win. Ooh.
All right, Colia green shade for the hair. Nope. Nope. There it is. Cool. Plenty left in there. Next dude. Green in the hair. Green in the hair. Putting a little bit of green in the hair. It's already green. And this song is dumb. Not the one you're listening to, the one I'm making up on the spot. I learned the other day that Wayne Brady was in Hamilton, and I wish I'd seen that. I mean, I wish I'd seen Hamilton full stop. But... oh, my ability to continue talking is diminishing. Did he choke a B word, or did it not have to come to that? Who, Wayne Brady? No, I think... I mean, he played Aaron Burr, so... yes? Alright, I think we're down to the last couple here. We got Flesh Shade and then Agrax Earth Shade, and we're good. Oh, I can feel every muscle in my back popping. It's unpleasant. Now that Adam's gone, I can tell you that I've been finally able to make progress. The final character in my trilogy of living accusations. Go on. Need to pick up some more Flesh Shade. It's getting low. Sun's getting real low. Oh, I'm spending too much time on their faces. It's going to get dry brushed over, but... some very shouty boys. Alright, I think I am going to end up using Null and Oil for their jackets. I'm just going to try and get away with out of it, but I think it's just the right call here. Me and Taffy worked it out last night. Basically, we decided that instead of finding a classical power set to reflect how Heritage maybe isn't too keen on the new era being too different from what he knew, I'm going with an incredibly powerful and working to undo the excessive restraining bolts his time in Freedom Academy instilled in him approach. Nice. Okay. Nice use of restraining bolt, too. I like that. Like, archetype is basically going to be reality shaper type scale. Nice. No, I need to use Null and Oil first. Here it is, RPD. The return of the Null and Oil. Been a little bit since we've seen this, but here it is. There it is. Thank you. I do have Druchii Violet. I could have used that for the purple, but maybe I'm just a little lazy. I don't know. Excuse me. One more. AKA exactly the kind of thing where instead of teaching him how to use his powers, his training's more or less just split between groom him to be a proper heir and unlearn the potential of his powers, because otherwise he'd be too dangerous to allow the potential to do things outside of what he's supposed to do. Huh.
Once again, RPD, I love the depth of what you've put together. I also appreciate that you use us, and I say us, myself, Taffy, whoever will listen, as sounding boards, like, to just get some of these ideas, like, flushed out. It's a great idea. I wish I did more of that. Like, I have Trevor, but that's one person's opinion, you know? I think once the podcast goes live, I'll have more of an outlet for that. Time will tell.
As Christopher says.
The philosophical approach is great for making heroes, less so for making villains, because if you try to think as deep as I do, you end up with some unfun, in the way Spite is unfun, mental trains. Yeah, okay. That's very fair. Alright, there's the last one. I think this is probably going to be it for the night because I'm burnt to a crisp here. My brain cells are not working anymore. Liquid dirt. Like, imagine me writing a Spite story. Now imagine the inevitable extended sequence where they only had... Oh, God. I don't like thinking about that, RPD. Not one bit.
Okay, that worked exactly the way I wanted it to. Two down. 3. Last one.
Oh, did I get his foot?
Yes, I did. Okay. Like the main villain I think you've seen me write for is Apostate, and I would imagine my Apostate is both one of the jokiest ones you've seen, and with how the demonic transformation is supposed to work, with one of the most brutal. Yeah. Well, you also know how I feel about Apostate. Love him to pieces, but also hate him with a burning passion. Spread that liquid dirt. It's liquid dirt song. Scrub my hands and do the scrub my hands dance. All right. I think that is going to do it for tonight because for 2 reasons. 1, I'm burnt out. 2, when I go to do dry brushing on this, I kind of want Broody to be here, and he will be back next week. Because it was his technique that sort of yielded the Joker faces. And I'll turn off autofocus here. See what we're working with here. Come on, focus. It did it a second ago. There you go. That's what we got tonight. I'm pretty happy with them. I think they look pretty cool. So we'll do dry brushing and highlighting next time, and we'll move into the dummies in straitjackets. And those are pretty simple. Honestly, they're like 2 colors. So, I mean, it's a straitjacket. How hard could it be? Famous last words. Anyway, thank you all so much for hanging out tonight. I had an absolute blast. I'm exhausted and I need some sleep. I will be back on the Handelabra Games channel tomorrow night, 6 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. And I might even, I'm home alone tomorrow. I got nothing going on. I might go live with Sentinels of Freedom. I don't know. Either that or I'll do it Monday. I haven't decided yet. I'll have more time tomorrow. I don't know. We'll see. If I'm live, I'm live. You know, whatever. And then a podcast tomorrow night, 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. That's 8 Central over on the Ryugami-san channel. Anyway, and I'll definitely be back Thursday night for Zach Sucks at Games, playing through Arkham City. Yes, Arkham City. More of that. Great. Okay. Have a great night, everybody. I will talk to you real soon. Bye.